Let me give 5 minutes for people to join in. Let me give 10 minutes actually. Let me be generous with the time. Hmm. All right, 5 minutes. So Plano is here. Angela is not here. Cora Salco is not here. Um, Define is not here. Chinedu is not here. Idiom is not here. Only is not here. Um, Spain is here. Oh, Spain is not here. Okay, Chinedu is here. Okay.
Good evening.
Good evening. All right, so we're still waiting for people to join. We'll start by 7:05. Meantime, let's see if I can play some music. But I'm not into music today. Um, I guys hear the song. I'll just check. I guys hear the song.
Yeah, we can hear you. Sorry.
Like, this, and let's get to it. So, can you guys hear me? Let me confirm that you guys can hear me. Hello.
Loud and
Just
clear.
all right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So, welcome to the first ever edition of Build Along. We've been running trainings a couple of times, but this is the first time we're doing something of this manner called Build Along. So we're running trainings like the Kemba, we're running different kinds of trainings on Doom Academy. So before I actually start, I just want to introduce what Doom Academy is. Doom Academy is a platform where we actually gather individuals to learn in the community and keep on improving themselves to become better versions of themselves. So whether in software, in career, or in productivity, you want to grow, and we actually give resources that do that. Once in a while, we run webinars, free webinars where people can join. We also have Twitter Spaces where people can be participants in it. But this one of our first build along trainings. We've run other trainings before, but this is our first build along training, which is going to be centered around web development. We ran trainings on data science. We ran trainings on design before. We just run trainings on web development. But this is the first training. It's going to be it's going to be a fun experience, hopefully for everyone. And that's what we want. We want to make sure that you by the end of this, you learn. So let me just go through the introduction. So you guys may not be able to see this very well, but let me just read it out. Be Along is an 8-week hands-on web development program crafted for aspiring developers. So throughout the program, you receive personalized mentorship, build real-world projects, and develop essential web development skills. So where you're starting or looking to deepen your knowledge, Be Along provides you with a practical experience and guidance needed to confidently advance in web development. So we're just going to tell you what you need to advance in web development, and also we're going to help you in that journey, anything you need. And it doesn't just end, the mentorship doesn't just end with Be Along, it still continues with time, with after Be Along. Be Along is just like a catalyst for the process. So we're just trying to, it's like a catalyst process from zero. We just want to get you charged up to build and all this kind of stuff. We want to show you how to learn by building. So hopefully you get the best of it. So the goal is to ensure you master the fundamentals of web development from the ground up. We'll look into new concepts every week, and this includes HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and APIs. I think on Monday we're going to have an introduction to web development class, and you're going to be writing your first HTML code and building something with HTML. So it's going to be hands-on. You're going to be doing stuff. The point here is to make sure that you can be able to build a website at the end of the day. As I go along the slides, you see what we have in store for you. So the process is learning by doing. So in Build Along, you will have main sessions. So there are different sessions. So you have main sessions on Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. So the main sessions we take for the training are Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and that's from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. And you learn case concept and work on projects. So we're going to work on projects. We're going to build alongside with the mentors who are mentoring you. So one mentor is going to take you on Monday, another mentor is going to take you on Wednesday and Friday. So that's going to be, so each week you're going to build a project which will build your skills in that concept. So once you learn a concept, we're not just going to leave you to just learn the concepts alone. We're going to put a project for you to build that is going to solidify your skill there in that project. And also on Tuesday and Thursdays, there's pair group sessions. We're going to split you guys into pair groups, and you guys will be under like mentors. So there are 3 mentors for Build Along. You're going to be under them. What you do is like you're just going to discuss with them and everything, but I'll explain more as we get to it. So I'm going to talk about the weekly sessions, the main sessions. So we have Build Along lecture Mondays, which is where we have an introductory lessons where we explain web development concepts. So anything we're learning, maybe we're learning introduction to HTML, or we're doing CSS, or we're doing anything. We're going to, on Monday, we're just going to be explaining all this kind of stuff. Maybe work on an example project and show you how it's done. And you're going to be also following along as we teach. It's going to be recorded. All the sessions, all the weekly sessions are recorded. Then on Wednesdays, what we have Build Wednesday, just like you have Ash Wednesdays. I just decided to name it hashtag Build Wednesday. So Build Wednesday is where you have a practical interactive class where you build a project based on the web development concept taught. So whatever web development concept we teach you, we're going to build a project together on it. Then on Build Fridays, where you get to showcase the progress you've made so far in your project, and you give feedback on your work and get feedback back. So we're going to give you feedback on when to improve. Maybe you made a mistake. Just share what you've done so far in your project, and you're just going to share your project and also explain how you got what you got and all this stuff. So it's going to be hands-on. Everything is hands-on. You're the main player here. Do you understand? I mean, your success in this Build Along depends on you, and your also depends on you. We'll help you along the way, but most of the actions that that needs to be taken up in this Build Along class, Build Along training workshops is going to be on your hands. So every single stuff we're going to be action oriented. So we won't want to take excuses from you people. We want you to actually build, want you to actually learn. The price for this training was actually very cheap. If we actually charge like how much we're supposed to charge for this thing, it's going to be very high. But we decide, okay, people need this opportunity to know how to properly build websites, properly gain the skill of web development, and within 8 weeks. So 8 weeks is a short time, but there's a lot of things you can learn within 8 weeks. There's a lot of things you can learn, like your skill level can jump like tenfold within 8 weeks. So there's a lot of things to expect. There's a lot of things that will be done. So we expect you to be a part of it and actively participate. So we're going to show you, like, this is the agenda for every week. So the first week we're going to do introduction to web development with HTML and CSS. The first project you build is a personal profile website where you just have your personal profile and you build it. Then on the next week, you're going to build a multi-page website. So we're going to build multi-page websites. So we're going to show you how to build multi-page websites, and you're going to add style into it. You're going to make it look good. You're going to make it look nice. Then the next one we're going to be looking at layouts and animations, CSS layouts and animations, where we'll be continuing the project you worked on the previous week. That was last week. I'm going to be adding a gallery section to it and some images, and so you'll be adding pictures to it. you add in gallery sections and you'll be animating it. So we'll show you how it's done. We're going to make it's going to be very interactive. On week 4 is when we're going to dive into JavaScript. So in this week, we're going to look into JavaScript and we're going to look extensively into it. We're going to take our time. I think we'll also have like extra time, maybe on Tuesday and Thursdays, where we kind of explain stuff because JavaScript is kind of vast, and we're not going to cover everything in JavaScript, but we want you to get the essential knowledge. One thing about web development is that people learn HTML, they learn CSS, but when it comes to JavaScript, they give up. And we understand why it is, because JavaScript is somehow different. JavaScript is actual programming, and programming involves thinking and actually problem solving, coming down, being having the patience to think and debug and think through processes of how things work. So we're going to teach you JavaScript, and for our first week, we're going to work on 2 different apps. We're going to work on a Hello app, and we're going to work on a guessing game, which is going to like solidify your knowledge on some concepts we teach in JavaScript. So next one you're going to do is like you're going to work on it. We're going to dive extensively into DOM manipulation, and in that DOM manipulation, we're going to work on a rock paper scissors game, which is kind of like a fun game where you guess the right when you click on something, computer guesses. You know how rock paper scissors is played normally. So there's going to be a score. There's going to be a winner and a loser. Either the player is a winner or the computer is a winner. So we're going to do that stuff. Then the next thing we're going to do operators and expressions, more advanced into it. We're going to look into advanced operators and expressions. And for that week, you're going to build a calculator. It's going to be a fun thing, a fun project. Then after the next week, after that week, for week 7, we're going to work on working with lists and objects. So JavaScript lists and objects, which is somehow like a more is on our concept in JavaScript, which you need to learn. And you're going to be working on the budgeting app. So you're going to make this budgeting app is actually going to be a Chrome extension. So I'm going to show you guys how to do a Chrome extension. It's somehow easy to set up, and I'm going to make it a Chrome extension. It's a skill that I know that if you guys have, you can make a Chrome extension. You can actually do different Chrome extensions for different things, and you can monetize it. Maybe apply for jobs on Upwork or Fiverr that somebody wants to build a Chrome extension or something like that. Are you able to like get the money for your skill, like begin to monetize the skill you already have? Then last week we're going to work on APIs. So we're going to look into APIs, working with web APIs, both native APIs and external APIs. We're going to show you what an API is. We're going to explain what APIs is and how to work on APIs. We're going to make how to make get requests, how to make post requests, how to make different kinds of requests with APIs. And it's going to be a very very hands-on process, because you're going to be working with an API. You're going to make a weather app which is going to show the weather of a particular location, of your particular location for that day, and also predict the weather for the next week. So if it's Monday, it's going to predict the weather till Monday the next week. So it's going to be, hopefully it's going to be something fun that you work on. So I'm going to talk about peer group sessions. So peer group sessions, it's every Tuesday and Thursday. So peer group session is a bi-weekly session. That's a bi-weekly. So it's a 2 times a day, 2 times a week. That's when it happens. It's not bi-weekly actually. 2 times a week is not bi-weekly. So 2 times a week, you work on this 2 times a week, and you have you get to share your questions, share your progress on progress on progress you work so far. We'll give you suggestions, we'll give you feedback. You're going to also any problems you have, maybe something you don't understand, a problem you're having, you're also going to share with whoever is the mentor there, and we're going to just guide you through the process. So it's going to be on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I will encourage you to be a part of it, because maybe something you didn't really grasp during the classes, this is the opportunity to really grasp it and maybe share, like maybe questions you couldn't ask when we're doing the lectures, because we're trying to go quite fast, or we skip through some things that you felt were important to you to know. This is the opportunity to really share that, and and also like get feedback based on that. Then the major stuff is projects you work on. So you're going to build a portfolio with projects you're working on. So there are different categories of project. There's the weekly projects, which is the project will give you weekly. So every week you'll get a project based on what you've learned, and you design to strengthen your knowledge of web development. So you're going to submit the project every Saturday. So Saturday is the deadline to submit a project. So we'll give you a project starting from Monday. We'll give you a long, like an entire week to do the projects, which is kind of a long time. Which is enough time to build a project. And we're also going to help you along the way. So if you need help, if you need anything like assistant or any way, or any like kind of assistance, or you have any question, we're just there to help you. So it's something that we want you to be able to do, and it's going to help you in a long way, especially when you build projects. Any project will give you every week. We expect you to be able to build it and do it well. So also we grade projects. So I'm going to explain this now. So we're going to be grading your project. So every week we're going to grading your project. So we're going to grade it based on four different aspects. Number one is timeliness of your submission. So if you submit on Friday, there's an extra bonus mark for submitting on Friday before Saturday. And if you submit on Saturday, it's marks for that. But if you submit after Saturday, you lose your mark for meeting the deadline. So there's a mark that you lose for meeting the deadline, for not meeting the deadline. There's also a mark for how good it looks. So the website you have to build has to look very good. So if the design is off, we're going to score you on design. So if your design is not looking very good, and so there's some marks you're likely to lose. And also you're going to be scored based on how well you interacted. So if you on your attendance in class, so the weekly sessions is 3 days. Each of those days is 15 mark is 5 marks. So if you miss a particular day, you've lost 5 marks out of like the total score for your project. So we're going to be marking your project. There's a leaderboard, and the winner is going to go on with something. And also, like top 5 is also going to have free access to our more massive cohort, which is going to be taking place next year. So where we're going to have like a more in-depth look into web development. We're going to do more advanced things in web development. But if you go through this class, if you go through this training successfully, and you emerge as one of the top 5 participants in the training, we're going to get free access to that training that we're going to do next year. So that's it. Then you have the capstone project. So this is like the major project that is going to test your knowledge and test your skill of it. So the capstone project, for your capstone project, you're going to build an e-commerce website. Does anybody here know what an e-commerce website is? If somebody knows what an e-commerce website, person can just raise up their hands and explain what an e-commerce website is. Anybody? Go ahead.
Jumia as an example.
E-commerce website.
Yeah.
You know what? Okay, Jumia,
like
yeah.
an example. Yeah. Make
Jumia.
online payments processing and all stuff.
Yeah. So we're not going to do the payment processing part, which is somehow is going to be more complex on your side. But you're just going to simulate people landing on a website, seeing the products in it. It's just going to be for a small business, not a very big business, a small business. We're not trying to make it very complex. It's just something that is going to be very easy to do. Try to make it something easy to do. So there'll be products, there'll be a landing page, there'll be products that they will sell, there'll be a cart, so people can add things to cart, and somebody can make an order based on what is in their cart. So when they make the order based on what is in their cart, they can see the order they've made, and if it's successful, they'll see it's successful. So that's just it. There's no tracking, we're not doing advanced stuff in e-commerce, we're just going to do this basic stuff of building an e-commerce website. It's going to seem hard at the beginning, but as you go on with it, it's going to become much easier. and you're going to use a real world database, although it's going to be a no code database you use. I'm going to introducing the database. When I go into introducing the capstone project, I'll talk more about it when I introduce the capstone project next week. But you're going to build an e-commerce website. It's going to look this now. You're going to be judged on it. Obviously, there's going to be an exhibition day where you're going to exhibit your project, talk about it, and there'll be judges. There's going to be a panel of judges that will judge your project based on some criteria. We're going to share the criteria of them judging before the orientation day, and we're also going to give you time to build it. Maybe after the last week, we're going to give you up to 5 days to finish up your project. And once you're done, we'll also do a test run where you get to like share, and we'll give you feedback on things you need to correct before the final day of exhibition. And once the day of exhibition comes, that'll be the time to exhibit your project. So that's what it is for the capstone project. Does anybody have any question? Oh, yeah. All right. So meet the mentors. So sorry, the white lady in there is not Melody. Melody has a different face. Melody, say hi. Let people know who you are actually. Melody. Melody, are you angry I put a woman as your face? Okay, Melody is angry at me. I'm very sorry. Um, so we have these are your mentors for Build Along training. So Adeze Ugu, Adeze, just say hi to the people. Let people just know who you are. I think Adeze is here.
Hi everyone, my name is Adezogo, your mentor for this program.
All right, so Adeze is going to be taking the Monday sessions. Every session you have on Monday, most of the interactive sessions, and also the peer group sessions where you guys will have questions. She'll also be part of the peer group sessions. Every mentor here is going to be part of the peer group sessions because we're going to be splitting it within 3 people. So some people will be assigned to Adeze, some people will be assigned to me, that's Emeka Allison, and some people will be assigned to Melody. And any question you may have concerning web development, just share your grievances with them. It's just going to be 1 hour where you just talk with them and you have questions and you want to ask, you can ask. And anything you're just going, there's no code in that day, it's just free and every other stuff. But if you want to code, if you want to bring out your computer and code, like you want something, you just feel like you've not gotten something, you want to learn that stuff very well, then feel free, bring out your computer, share your problem, and we can look through it together. So that's what it is. Adesa is seasoned front-end development and also an educator. She has taught web development for hundreds of students for organizations like Alt School. I know some people might know what Alt School is. And Ute Uni we
Atway Coding Academy.
Imagine. Let me not, I almost murdered that name. I am sure that you murdered it the first time you said it, Sha. So she has taught hundreds. She has a vast experience mentoring people on web development. So she'll be the one taking the courses. In fact, she'll be one of the people. So if anything, you want like maybe doing the building sessions, maybe like you ain't understanding your stuff, you can always go to others and ask her, hey, I didn't understand this stuff. Can you explain and all this kind of stuff? And she'll be there to explain things to you. Then you have me. I'm a software engineer. I've been working for more than 6 years now in the industry, like professionally. That's professionally working. Before I was working, I was freelancing. But I've been professionally working for more than 5 years now, and I build things around AI, blockchain, IoT, and some other stuff. And currently, I'm working for Nextcoin. That's what I'm working for. But I'm also the founder of Dome Academy. So that's something exciting about me. Then you have Melody. Melody is a badass engineer. Sorry, I didn't put his introduction here, but hopefully you'll forgive me for missing out on doing that. I think that's something I skip doing. All right, so I want to share something that is very important to you guys. I think I'm going to share a link for you to download it also. So I created a Chrome extension. Um, you guys know what the Chrome extension is now. Who knows? Who here doesn't know what the Chrome? If you don't know what the Chrome extension is, raise up your hand. Okay. Okay, a lot of people here don't know what the Chrome extension is. So Chrome extension is a kind of like a tool. It's kind of like an app within your browser that like helps you, that gives additional functionalities to your browser. So like there are different Chrome extensions. There are different types of Chrome extensions. The most popular one, they are very popular Chrome extensions. The Chrome extension, the most popular one is Grammarly. For those who type on their computers, they type like they're into copywriting or they write things, they type things on their computers. They use Chrome extension like Grammarly to help them type. So there's a Chrome extension called um um it's called Be Along Hub. So I'm going to show you the how the extension looks like. So this is how the extension looks like. Currently we're doing orientation. So it says orientation starts in why like the time set for here was 8 p.m. So it's the time here is backward sharp, but it's always going to be up to date. We're going to keep it up to date. Someone is joining in. Yeah, joining. Finish this. Wow, that's very late. I mean 30 minutes late. So the what this Chrome extension does is that I just want to share this. So there are different aspects of this Chrome extension. I hope I can zoom in. Can you guys see? Is this zoomed in? Okay, yeah, it's zoomed in. So you have the live sessions, which is this guy. When you click on this live sessions button, it's going to open up and show you all the live sessions for that week. So what you do there is that you click within that Chrome extension and you sign up for the live sessions. Then the resources you need, there's also a resources part. So when you click on the resources, it's going to pop open and show you the resources that you need for that week. Then you also have weekly projects. So there will be linked to submit your weekly projects and the explanation for that. So when you click on it, it's going to show you paths to submit your weekly project. So you're going to submit your main project, and also like you're going to give feedback on the project, like on your capstone project. So let me explain. This Chrome extension helps you stay organized by tracking upcoming sessions and counting down to project deadlines. So if this thing turns red, that means you have less than 24 hours to submit your project. That's what it means. And it just means that you have less than 24 hours to submit your project. So normally the color is yellow. Where it turns red, it means that you have less than 24 hours to turn and submit your project. Then you have the project deadline date, which is always shown here. And also this thing, the current week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, any current week, and you this thing. So I think I can actually demo it. Let me see how I can demo it. So let me demo how it looks like for you guys to see. Yeah, this thing is currently live. Let me demo how it is. So let me just show you one example of a demo. So this is it. I'm just going to set the date for Ona. Like I will just set the date to maybe somewhere within week 1. Let me just set the date for somewhere within week 1. One moment, let me just do this. Make sure I don't make any errors. All right, so I'm just going to say 30, 10. I'm just going to save. All right, so obviously this thing changed color, but let's just say you have like, okay, this is week 2 actually. So you're going to see this thing to join any section. So when you click on this, it's going to just redirect it to the link to join. Why is it showing week 2? Okay, there's an issue here I need to check. There's an issue here I just need to make corrections on. But also it's going to show you links to different. Okay, this is week 2. Oh, the link here is incorrect actually. This is week 2. So I'm just going to correct these links and every this thing. But for every week, you have links to every stuff, also recordings, any stuff. So all the resources you need, all the links to resources you need, we'll also be adding to this based on any stuff. Then recordings, any recording we did, we're going to just link you to the appropriate place for you to see the recordings. Then for a weekly project, you have a link to submit your weekly project, and you have a link to submit your capstone projects. Oh, I'm not even sharing the tab again. Sorry, let me repeat what I was saying. So when you see this extension, it shows you the current week, week 2, the deadline, the time of your deadline. I'm going to change time of your deadline, and also the when you're like useful links. So the first useful link is your live sessions link. If you click on this, it's going to show you live sessions and the date for the live session. So this week 2, 28th of October by 8 p.m. You have this Monday live session. You have the Build Wednesday session. I have the Friday build session. So 3 different links. Then on Saturday, you also have a link for that. Then resources also, any resource you need, all the resources, links to documentation, sites, websites for you to learn the thing we taught you is also there. So that's how it looks like. That's what it is. And we'll also be updating it within like every time. So what you just need to do is to download the extension. I'll be sharing a guide for you guys. I'll be sharing a video guide on how to download the extension with you guys. Hopefully today or tomorrow. I think hopefully tomorrow. I'll share it by tomorrow or Monday. Tomorrow or Monday. So you guys will be able to download the extension and be able to use it for your learning. So when you download the extension, I will advise that you guys use Chrome as your browser. And I'll show you, I'll just walk you through how to install the extension. It's going to be very simple to install. You just download it and you install it on your browser. And it's going to be it's an easy step to install the extension. And with that extension, you can see all the things you need to do. It just links to live sessions. So on that, it keeps you on track. So you don't actually lose track. So you know, okay, I'm supposed to submit it also makes you accountable. It's like an accountable system because when you want to maybe do Netflix or open YouTube, this is going to be the first thing you see when you open your browser. As you open a new tab, it's going to be the first thing you see. So that's what the Chrome extension is, and it's just going to help you with that. So there are ground rules. For Build Along, because without ground rules, everything falls and becomes chaotic. There are ground rules. So number 1 ground rule is be on time. So arriving 10 minutes late or more will be considered an absence. Do you understand what I mean? For now, I think I'll pity that for the first 3 weeks. I'll pity that for the first 3 weeks. But what I mean considering an absence is that you're not going to get a score for that for attendance. So attendance score is like 5 marks for project of the week. So you're not going to get a score for the attendance. And if you're going to be late or you're not going to be available, please inform us. And even if you're late, if you inform me and you still come late or you don't come, you're still going to lose your mark for that distance. It's going to count. It's also going to count against you as a strike. Another thing I will ensure you guys do is to also have a laptop and reliable internet. So please, if you're joining the sessions, any session you're going to join, the learning sessions, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, please join with your laptop. There's a reason why I asked if you have a laptop in the form. It's going to be important to have a laptop to be able to partake of this training. If you don't have a laptop, I wonder how you'll be able to do the projects that we give you and also follow along with practicing the stuff that we do. So you need a project. You need to have a laptop to be able to participate very well in this class. So have the full to be able to participate properly in this training. You need to join with your laptop. So every meeting, please join with your laptop. Join every meeting with your laptop. It's going to be very important to join with your laptop. Then we have a 3 strike policy. So there are 3 strike policies, and yeah, so attendance is very crucial. especially for the weekly sessions. You can miss peer group sessions, and that one does not matter. But for weekly sessions, that means for the Monday class, for the Wednesday class, and for the Friday class, it's compulsory that you always show up. And if you don't show up, please inform us that you're not going to show up. If not, we're going to count it as a strike against you if you don't show up at all. This is not for coming late, but if you don't show up at all. So if you miss 3 days, it can result in consequences, and those consequences can involve you being removed. And for you to join back, you have to pay a fine, and that fine is not refundable. You have to pay a fine, fine to join to be added back to the class. So we're going to remove you, and for you to be able to join back, you're going to have to pay a fine. Also, you're supposed to finish your project. So without completing your project, obviously you won't consider you have not completed the training. So you complete every project, even if you submit late. It's better to submit late than not submit your project at all. So please make sure you submit your projects, your weekly project, and also give updates, your weekly updates also. So it's going to be very important. Please submit your projects. Submit your projects. It's important to submit your project. So there'll be zero tolerance for missed projects, and all projects must be submitted on or before the deadline given. So, like I said, if you submit your project before the deadline, there's a penalty against that, and there's a score. We have a leaderboard already, so there's going to be a leaderboard ranking everybody based on like their scores. And so if you miss submitting your project, there's a massive you lose the entire mark for your project at that point. And if you submit it again, maybe after that week, you go and submit it, let's say in week 2, like you have a project that was stated for week 1 and week 2 reaches, and that's when you submit your project around week 1. You're not going to get the score for that project again. It's as if you've gotten 0 for that project. You submitted the project, fine. We'll keep it as you've done the project. Obviously, you need to do all the projects to continue to be able to succeed, but it will still count against you as like you still have that 0 mark for the failing to submit the project on time. Samuel, you have a question? Samuel, do you have a question?
Yes, sir, I do have a question concerning the regular attendance. The 3 unexcused absences, is it like in all through the 8 weeks, or is just for the classes for the week, for each week?
So yeah, all through the 8 weeks. So all through the 8 weeks, if you miss, we're going to count it 1, 2, 3. Do you understand? When we inform you, if you miss 2, we're going to inform you. We're going to be a warning, so you cannot miss any other one without informing us. So we want to ensure that you inform us. It's always right, even if it's 5 minutes before. Call, or I'll send a WhatsApp message. Do you understand? Say maybe on the group chat, I'm not going to be available for this training. Have something came up, maybe there was an emergency or something like that, or obviously you don't have power or something like that. Our advice, so you avoid stories that touch. If you score you have power issues that day or so, try and charge up your laptop and just keep it. Don't touch it. Your laptop and your devices, just keep it that day. Don't touch it until maybe an hour before the training. You cannot turn everything back on, so you won't miss things. And if your laptop is something that maybe your devices die fast, do you understand? I mean, also try and inform people, hey, my battery is low. I might join the training, I might not be able to join the training. Don't just see how things goes because I don't have lights. But still keep us informed, keep us in the loop and everything. And obviously we're going to be recording the classes. In case you miss or you come late, you're going to also have the recording of the classes. But it's always very good to always be there live as we're teaching, so you can ask questions and you can participate. And also, why we need it to be live in the training, so you don't take us back. It's 8 weeks. Sometimes if you're not there when we're doing a class, sometimes you'll be saying, hey, I wasn't there in the class when you guys did this stuff, please take us back. And it's 8 weeks. Sometimes some people want to advance to do some other things, and now when we're going back, it hampers our progress. Do you understand? There are a lot of things we should have done, we should have covered. But if you take us back, we'll be able to cover that, and we might have to create extra classes within the week to be able to meet up. So that's why I'm saying that attendance is very crucial and necessary. Deborah, do you have any question? Just want your hand is up. Chidinma, okay, ask your question, Chidinma.
Please, I don't know. But I want to ask: is this class for beginners, like people that don't know anything?
Yeah, so it's going to be very good for beginners. So if you don't know anything, we're going to start from scratch, starting for HTML from scratch. So if you don't know anything at all, we're going to start from scratch. And obviously, during the peer group sessions, you can also create one-on-ones with us. There's also room for that in case you need like extra guidance on like things. You want like a one-on-one with one of the mentors, or going to we can make out time. We'll just see anytime within our schedule, we can make out time to explain things, maybe on Saturday or anytime to just explain things from you. But it's also good for beginners. We're starting from the basics, from the very basics. We're starting from HTML,
Uh,
and we're starting from the very basics. We're starting from HTML, and don't worry that I'm sounding like this. Obviously, we're not going to be very harsh, but there are rules that are involved. There are rules that are involved. So we need you to, for you to be able to learn well, we need to be able to, we need to be actively participating. If you don't actively participate, then you won't be able to get the best out of the training. Um, and yeah, it also needs you to be disciplined. So if you need, for example, now for me now, because I was locked in for this training, I deleted my, for me, even myself, even though I'm also a developer, I'm doing many things. I'm also very involved in other things. But because of the amount of pressure that was leading up to this coming weeks of trainings that I'm going to do, I had to delete all the social media apps on my phone. I had to also log out of X on my laptop. I don't have any incentive. I don't really feel like if any urge or any kind of motivation to look at any other social media apart from maybe X, that's Twitter. And like logging out of Twitter for me really helps me. So I feel for this time you can just take a small social media break, or maybe take social media breaks, only check social media during the weekends or so. I'm not saying you should. Obviously, you can use WhatsApp. WhatsApp is not that distracting, but just break out of things that will be distracting this period and take some time. I also advise that if you have like issues, can go to like maybe co-working spaces where you can within that time just access the electricity and do some work for yourself, practice for like 2 hours or 3 hours. And I feel like every day, as we teach you, I think you have to practice for up to 2 hours or 3 hours a day during assignment. Apart from the classes we take, you will need to practice for up to 2 hours or 3 hours a day. So practicing every time. That's why we gave you the capstone project. And that's why we're giving you projects to do. So by building the project, it's going to solidify your hands on things. So the more you build projects, the more confident, the more your skill, like the more you improve in your skill, the more you build, the more like it's a compounding effect. And it's come to a point that things become easier to you. Let me just tell my personal story. Like when I was learning web development, things were not that easy. But it came to a point that with constant practicing, I was practicing. I kept on building for a long time. The point that sometimes I will stay like I can stay for like days. I can stay for like days building. I can stay for hours, maybe 9 hours, 12 hours, just practicing and trying to learn, just practicing. And after a long time, it came to a point that it became natural. Sometimes I was building websites and I'm building a landing page, and I won't have to look at the website. I'm just looking at my code, but I know how the website looks like. And when I'm done with what I'm doing, if I look at the website, it's exactly what I had in mind while I was coding. So but it comes by practicing. All these things don't come and it doesn't come like naturally. You have to practice always. You always have to actively practice. So that's why build along is here for you to build along. That's why it's called build along. Build along while you learn. So build alongside learning. So that's why it's called build along. You have to practice always. So that's why we have the emphasis on submitting your project, doing your projects and stuff. So you can't miss your projects, can't miss your projects. So if you miss your project, you miss the score for that project. And if you miss 3 projects in a row, it's be as if it's just tantamount to you're not participating. So obviously you also get a strike for that and you can be removed. And for you to join back, you have to pay a penalty fee and so join back. So that's it. And the penalty fee is not refundable. So if you miss projects in a row, you don't submit your projects. So if you miss on Saturday, you still have until Sunday to submit your project. Do you understand what I mean? Your project doesn't have to be complete for you to submit it. You just have to submit, show your progress so far, what you've done. It doesn't have to complete for you to do stuff. Just meet up with the deadline and things go well. So there are things to join, there are links to join. There's Discord and WhatsApp. And yeah, so let's build together. Does anybody have any question?
We're going to give assignments.
Yeah, we're going to give assignment, but the assignment is for a week. It's not as if we're giving an assignment and you're going to do it and submit tomorrow. It's not like secondary school or this thing. But yes, there's assignments, there's projects, there's assignment, there's a capstone project, and area, there's all these things. So does anybody have any question? Who's excited for the training? It'll be handy if you're excited for the training. All right, so it'll be handy if you're excited for the training. So all right, so I'm just going to try and what will happen is that by latest Monday, you're going to see the peer group you guys fall under. So under the peer group, you guys are going to choose your class rep, who's going to be your peer group rep. So your peer group rep is going to we're also going to meet with your peer group rep. He's also going to talk about what happened during your meeting. And yeah, there's extra points for how your peer group does and every other stuff. So if your peer group does very well, everybody gets like the bonus points. Everybody gets equal bonus points. So it's just like working together, sharing things, and obviously you'll be assigned to a mentor. So either you're assigned to Melody or assigned to Ades or you're assigned to myself, Emeka. So that's just it. We'll be sending this program guide to you. So you have it. I'm just going to do a some updates on it. The slide is not fully completed, but I'm just going to do small updates on it. The moderator for this class is Opakirite Simon Douglas. She's in this meeting right now. We still call her Deborah. But she's here. Deborah, just say hi to everyone. She's going to be the moderator.
Hi everyone, good evening.
Yeah, so she's going to be the one that is going to deal with the red pen. So you guys need to do everything to be on our good side. So submit your project on time, come to class early, all these kind of things. If you do things that are not on our good side, it's not me, sad I'll remove you, and me have to kind of beg her to put you back. Do you understand me? You have to kind of beg her to add you back. So she'll be the one to remove you. She'll be the one to tell you everything. How I've been supporting you guys and following you guys up and down. All the sweetness, you're going to have like strong love from her. She's going to give you very strong love. Chidinma, you have a question? Okay, you don't have a question. Just say okay, fine. So yeah, that's okay. So before I go on, I think this was something I should have done from the start. Please, how many of you have tried web development before? Maybe for WordPress or HTML or CSS. You've tried web development before. Just raise up your hand. Let me just take a quick poll. Or let me create a poll. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So that's like 3 people. So yeah, so that means you guys will not be in the same group. I'm just trying to make sure you guys will not be in the same group. So you guys will be in separate groups. 1, 2, 3. So you guys are going to be in separate groups. You guys are going to be responsible for the progress of your peer group members. So you're not the class rep, but you're going to be responsible for the progress of your peer group members. So if your peer group members are not doing well, and so we'll ask you questions. Hey, why are you not helping out? You've done web development before, so you guys need to also help the members of your group to do well, and also like submit all their projects in time. Also make sure everybody submitted their project in time. Keep in touch with them. Hey, have you done your project? Have you done this? If you guys have anything to vent about, your pre-group meetings is meant to vent. Deborah, you have a question? Oh, okay. Don't worry. All right, so that's the point. That's the thing about it. So thanks for joining our orientation. Thanks for joining us on this process. Everyone is on the journey, including us, your mentors, including me, myself, including Adeze, including Melody, including Bakirite. So every single person is on this journey together, and hopefully, you guys will to this training is going to be something that's going to impact you very well. So there's still a lot of things that are going to be done within the scenes. Everything is going to be automated. Your scoring for your projects. There's going to be a system for it. Your leaderboard also, there's going to be a system for it. Where to submit your project also, there's also going to be a system. So once we've built that up and everything, you're going to be doing there. So I'm going to submit, I'm going to share a quick form for you guys to fill. Please fill this form. We need to know, it's just a membership form. Just going to have basic questions. So make sure you fill the form. So I'm about to share it with you guys. So I'm just going to copy the link to the form. Please make sure you fill it. I'm also going to share it to your emails in case you guys don't fill it here. So please make sure you fill the form. You guys can see the form in the chat. Please just click on it and fill the form. It's going to be your membership listing. The information you put there is going to be what we use to guide you through. Also, we just need that to get basic information from you guys to know your level, so we know how to properly deal with everything. So make sure you fill the form. Doko, you have a question? Go ahead and ask a question if you have a question. All right, so in the absence of any question, have a great one, everyone. Please make sure you fill the form.
No, I don't have a question. Sorry about that.
All right, so make sure you fill the form, and yeah, hopefully we'll see you on Monday for our first class. Thanks everyone for being a part of this journey. Wish you all the best. All right, bye. Good night, everyone.
Good night. Thanks very much.
Good night.